What is the Makiwara used for? Well, the Makiwara is the little boardie at the dojo, usually affixed, this one, to the floor, anchored in. It's a tapered board that has flexibility so that it can absorb force as well as rebound it back. So it's about delivering the force and receiving it back. It's kind of like having a partner when you don't have a partner. So the Makiwara is a great way of honing technique and using the technique in ways that maybe you couldn't use against a partner as well, because you can really hit this thing, whereas you wouldn't naturally train with your partners hitting them as hard as you would the Makiwara. Now, some of the other benefits of a Makiwara at a traditional karate dojo is to really enhance your punching connection and the kinetic linking and that chain reaction starting from the heel all the way up the leg through the hip and through the core of the body and out through the shoulder to the wrist and hand, that is. And another thing that it's great for is also hardening the bone structure and fortifying the fist and making the knuckles much more pronounced and much more pronounced. You should have a stronger fist and stronger knuckles if you're using a device like this called the Makiwara. In a traditional Japanese karate dojo such as TNT School of Martial Arts, we are always making use of the Makiwara, as it's great for the fist and great for developing that kinetic link and chain. So let's see if I can show you how to use the Makiwara, okay? If there's any questions you might have, just jump in the comments there and I'll get to them as I see them, all right? All right, traditional Japanese Makiwara training here at the dojo, TNT School of Martial Arts. If you like martial arts content or you train in traditional karate, Japanese martial arts, then please share this live or also comment as well. This would be great. And don't forget, you could subscribe to our channel and see a lot more content just like this. So thanks so much for joining us today here on this wonderful Sunday here live at the dojo. I'm bringing you Makiwara training, the little boardie at the dojo. Here I am, board meeting. Are we ready? Okay, so main thing is that back leg, you really want to get that heel on the ground, okay? I'll see if I can move this back a little bit more, everyone. There we go, action. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Alrighty then, okay, good, you can see the whole thing. All right, now, so back leg, I want to have that planted on the ground. I want to rotate my hip away from the target, the Makiwara itself. I'm going to have my arm just at that length where I'm actually making contact, and I have my other hand here on the side. So it's like drawing back a bow and arrow or slingshot, okay? Now I'm going to actually start the press, the push off the leg, okay? And then I'll start the pulling of the hand off of the target with a twist, and then send the arm with the hip with a push and finish with a twist. So I've got 3 lines of force: the push, pull, and twist. So that's the spear of physics. When we put those 3 points of force together, we create a 4th, and that would be a combination of the 3. Now when we have the 4th, this is force. We develop the power. We create the F equals mass times acceleration. So now I have to take my body weight and I have to apply the movement with speed, as doing it slow will not be enough. I want to start the push from the ground. Without the arm, it looks like this. I just get my hip throwing forward. Keep the arms nice and loose. Let them follow the course of the body. Now, you let that arm just hit the rotation. That's the feeling. Now, line it up and focus it. And that's the basics of a punch on the Makiwara and how to utilize the core of the body, the focus of the hips. Makiwara, hey, thanks for jumping in. And lacking sleep, yes, it's Makiwara day today here at the dojo, as tomorrow's Monday. So let's get this live going, and let's inform everybody. When you're training at the dojo, Monday's Makiwara day. Make sure you get that fist ready, as no mercy. Us. All right, good. So this is, as I was saying, it's when you don't have a partner. You may not have a bag, but it does give you something to hit, and it helps you to generate more power and force. So what I want to be doing is concentrating each of those shots. For now, on that Yakizuki, I concentrate them on these here 2 knuckles. You can see those 2 big knuckles, and that's from using the Makiwara. You're going to get these ball peen style hammers. And yes, it's all in the hips. That's right. Right on, 7. So from the hip position, everybody, from your hip position, what you're doing is thinking of rotating. Rotating it. See my elbows? Rotating it. Rotating. 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 Now, as the hip rotates, send the arm. Once the hip's forward, release the arm. Make sure the heel's pushing. Hip is twisting. Hand off, pulling, boom. Hip, first, hip, then hand, hip, hips, then the hand. The course of the body first, then add the spear. And don't forget to do it the spirit, kiai. Always add kiai. Os! Good. All right, let's go for it again. All right, like one of my favorite combos on this, and it helps to develop the different sides of the fist. So on the Makiwara, I like to work this. I also like to work the back, the uraken, and the bottom, which we block with, the kensui or tetsui, the bottom of the fist. So the hammer, the backhand, and the sword, the ken. Okay? So ken, uraken, kensui, tetsui, bottom of the fist. Okay? So these are the angles that we're going to work on the fist for today. So I can start, get my kibadachi, nice and low, get the stance strong. Get the hands in the stack. All right? I'll start with that bottom fist, boom. Then I'll go out with the back fist. And then I'm going to go hook punch and get that kagezuki. Okay, so. All these strikes are done with a bent arm. One of the strongest positions of your arm. So keep the arm kind of bent in between that 90 degrees, somewhere around there. It's roughly there. It might be a little bit more open. Might be about 100 degrees. But just keep that elbow bent and don't lock it. Okay? Just like a hook punch. Get it anywhere in between that 45 to 90 degrees. All right, low kibadachi, os. Low kibadachi, os. Uraken, kensui, uraken, and kyagezuki. This is the combo that I like to practice, and it helps to make those knuckles stronger, the back of the fist, and the bottom of the fist, which often we're using this hand to block if it's your lead hand. So you do want to use that hand to block and catch. So definitely something you'd want to work on. Then let's line up our nice straight punches. So I've got my Junzuki, Kyakuzuki, Junzuki, Kyakuzuki, Sanbonzuki. Focus the hip to do the movement, not the arm. Pulling, pushing the hip. Using this, core of the body. That is what you're concentrating on. You're concentrating the hip to coordinate the technique. The hip is the technique. It's like the person holding the whip is the one that's making the whip work. Other than that, it's just, you know, a piece of leather a piece of rope, and it's not really dangerous until it's in the proper hand. Now, when using the whip, it's all through the hip. Everybody understand? So you have to use the whip of your hip to get this kinetic chain and this kinetic linking to create the kime that we constantly talk about in karate. The kime, which is the concentration of your body's force and energy, meeting that critical instant, that point of impact, making sure that it is maximum energy and output at that time. Yes. Us! Thanks for joining us. Alfredo, shout out. All right, welcome. Okay, so let's put it all into a combo. Sanbon with the Kansui Urakan Kagezuki. Us! So we have 6 moves, eh? 6 moves. Okay, so hey, 1, 2, 3. Then I'll do that again, just so I get the other hand. 1, 2, 3. Then I switch, and I have another 3. Bottom, back, hook punch. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk. Sichi, hachi, hey! 9 shots on the Makiwara. Us! So, sanbon, 2 times. You end up a yakuzuki. Shift, kansui, urakan, kagezuki. Os. Everybody following? Any questions? Be sure to drop the questions into the comments section. And if you do like this, please share the live and get a few more people here. So hello. Shout out to Carlos. Hello, Carlos. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, join us later, if you like, by subscribing to the TNT School of Martial Arts. We've got lots of content like this. And hey, stick around. We're playing with the dojo sticky, okay? We call it the Makiwara. It's the little boardie at the dojo, okay? It's a little boardie at the dojo. And board meetings, Mondays. Makiwara Mondays. Boom. Here at TNT. Thanks, Carlos. Hello. YouTubium. Good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Thanks for commenting. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more. Okay? So, combo. 9 shots in this one. All right, do you have any techniques that you like to work on the Makiwara? Have you ever used a Makiwara? Or is this your first time witnessing the Makiwara? Or is it something that you are a fan of as well? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you train with the Makiwara? Do you know the benefits of the Makiwara? Os. All right, let's look at that combo one more time. So I'm coming in. We can also do, not static, but we can also do movement. Oi, Zuki. Oi, Zuki. Yakazuki. Yes, they are good. They are very inexpensive. You can make it yourself. You can make one yourself. Very easy. Tapered piece of hardwood. Oak. Something like this. Hard maple. Okay, start at inch. 1.25 inches. Taper it to a quarter of an inch, pardon me. 2/8 of an inch at the top. Okay, and then attach the either tatami like I have here, or you can get the leather cap or the wara, the rope around it. I wouldn't suggest the rope if you're just starting. Start with this. This is the tatami. And you can buy these online, the tatami mawashi. Tokaido sells them. Tokaido. You can buy the Makiwara pads like this, replacement pads, right from Tokaido. Os, that's where mine's from. Okay? This is straight from Japan. This is a Japanese Makiwara. All right? So, What is the breathing sequence for each impact, and do they differ? Car guy. Just exhale when you make a technique. Make sure you breathe out when you strike. This is a routine for any contraction phase of our body. When we inhale, it's relaxation. When we contract, we exhale. You're welcome. Arcturus 83, shout out to you. They have effect on knockouts. Oh yes. Well, look at the knuckles. Look at what it does to your knuckles. Makes your fists like steel. So this is called the iron body training. It was where this comes from. So it starts to turn your hand into iron. It really turns your hand into steel. So you literally can smash through things. Very, very simply. Very simply put, the more you use this, the more dangerous and sharp your fist becomes, because those knuckles just become more pronounced. The skin becomes callous and hard so that it doesn't split. My hand ain't gonna split open on this. Yours probably would if you get started on this. So do be aware there's some grueling and pain involved to be able to do this. And you have to push through that pain, pardon the pun. You're gonna have to push You're gonna have to push all the way through that pain, yeah, and get through the other side, as on the other side you'll be stronger and more fortified. Your fist will be more dangerous. Yeah, I will do this every time I heal. Yeah, you do have to wait for it to heal. You do, if it's opened up, don't use it. Let it close up before you use it again. You could start with like one of those weight training gloves on where your skin's a little protected, you know, the weightlifter gloves, you know, with the fingerless. You could start with those so that your knuckles not exactly getting hit when you're working on it, and work on getting the landing precise. See, if you scrape or rub when you hit, that's gonna cause a laceration or the skin to break. So you don't want that. You just wanna hit it direct. Direct. No miscontact. It's a bullseye. It's a critical point. It's like the head of a needle or the screw or a nail. That's all you're hitting with, is right on the point. My middle knuckle's the biggest one, so it's like the one that's gonna hit you first, and then probably that one. All right, it's just the way it kind of goes. So when you're hitting this, that's the combo. Us. Now, we added those other two. So I'm back, I go. Now we have kata for the Makiwara. Kata for the Makiwara. This is where I'm going to put that in an order and keep doing the order, okay? So I have my step forward, Oizuki, Yakuzuki. Then I do my Sanbonzuki. I'm gonna do it twice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I shift, Kibadachi. Ken Sui, bottom fist. Uraken, back fist. And hook punch, Kagizuki. Us. That's your combo and your kata for the Makiwara. If you're just starting, then this is all you'll need. Work on those 12 shots. If you can work on those, you'll be good. All right, so walls and stone will work. However, there's no vibration back. So if you're hitting a dead target like something concrete or the ground, there's no feedback. You're just gonna bust something. So it's all energy. So you want that. This has this flexible. This is the point. This is, see that? Can you hear that? That's that vibration. So what it is, it's about the good vibrations, because you go into it, you send the vibrations in, and those vibrations come back like a wave, okay? And that wave of energy comes back, and that helps to make the skin and bone stronger, because the more you use the bone, the harder it gets, okay? It's Wolf's Law. If you don't know Wolf's Law, look it up. The more you use your bones, the harder they get, okay? And that's what you need to know for today. LMFAO. All right. All right, Idol Nuru. How you doing? And what, I can't say that. My knuckles have become pointed and sharp with size. Yeah, that's true. Some people just have pointy knuckles, but they're probably not hard. So these are hard. These are hard like stone or rock. They'll punch through wood or brick very easily, okay? So this is what you've got to work on, is developing the skin, the tissue, the bones, and even the pain receptors. My pain receptors are very nil here in the fist. I don't have many. I don't feel a whole lot when I'm hitting it. I don't feel anything really. It's just a continuous punch. And I might feel the tingling is what it feels like when you slap your hands. That feeling, that's what I feel when I'm hitting this. It doesn't hurt anymore. There was years that it hurt. It hurt for years, especially in the beginning. Now, one of the recommendations I have about using this Makiwara is make sure your growth plates and your bone development has actually completed. So you should be, for girls over 16 years old using it, and perhaps the boys somewhere in that 16 to 18 years old. You could use it light before that, but I wouldn't start trying to break up the bones through microfissure fracturing like what this does. It creates these little, it's like shattered glass, all right? And then those bones remodel and the forearm just gets stronger. The wrist and the fist just gets stronger. So I don't recommend this if your growth plates have not finished growing. So you do have to wait until you're a certain maturity level to start doing this. Just like fighting in kumite, you do have to wait till you're a certain maturity level to make use of it and it to be effective. So for you to train your fist to be effective, yes, it's like driving a car. You're just gonna have to wait a little while, and that will be the privilege that you earn when you train. You must wait, and you will earn and learn. And this is the way. This is the way. So let's look at that combo again of the day. Makiwara kata. If you're just joining us, this is a Makiwara, traditional Japanese little boardie in the dojo, and it's a reverber. What it does is it vibrates. It gives you those good vibes. All right, you throw the vibration in, it vibrates back, and it comes back in a wave, just like the ocean. The waves go in, the waves go out. Waves go in, the waves go out. So this is the flow. We're gonna be like water and catch the flow. Throw from the hip. Let the arm follow the course of the body. Just like the surfer on the ocean. My arm's the surfboard, the wave is the hip. I ride the wave. I ride the wave. Cowabunga, dudes. Now that's hitting it max. You want to hit it as hard as you can. I'm sure you heard that. Those are some sweet sounds of the Makiwara. Rap-a-tap-tap. Good vibrations. That's what it is. Talking about them good vibrations. That's what it does. It brings back that kime. It brings back that ki, that energy. It goes in, comes out like a wave. Just think of a wave. Wave goes into shore, comes back, collects, and goes again. It just keeps happening. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. So the hips become the wave. And the arm is the surfer. Everybody understand that? So you got to wave your hips and ride the wave. And this is I'm going to say, all techniques work this way. All techniques work this way. You heard it here first. The underlining principle of Japanese karate is the engine's in the hip. The wave is in the hip. The center of the ocean here, the center of the universe, whatever, is in the hara, right here in the center of your body. And this is what moves everything. You want to walk, you want to run, you want to stand up. It starts here. Starts here. Okay? Perhaps it actually starts here. We could argue and say that it starts here. So perhaps it's from mind to the hip, then hip to the hand. All right? So what we're doing is concentrating. Now, if you know concentration, it has to start here. So you have to focus first, use the hip, and ride the wave. Us? Very good. Yes. I'm not sure what's Arcturus. Thank you. Very good. Oh, yeah. All right, so back to some Makiwara training. So talking about the step forward. This allows you to get that nice, powerful landing of that one punch, that ippon, okay? Really driving it in. Really focus the stance as you do so, as the weight distribution is definitely proportional to the force generated. As remember, F or P, the force and power, is the mass times acceleration. So how you shift your mass or your weight is imperative with the speed of how you do it. And this is the mechanics of force and generating power. I hope you enjoyed today's show and enjoyed your lesson on what is the Makiwara, and how do you use a Makiwara? Traditional Japanese training device found in Japanese dojos, as well as T&T School of Martial Arts here at my dojo. And again, thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, all that stuff. There's even gifts. You can join us here and become a member, or you can add the rubies. Hey, all about Ruby, all about Ruby, Ruby Tuesdays. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching the show today. T&T School of Martial Arts. Hey, I say thanks to all of you. I couldn't do it without you. I appreciate you sending the love through the airwaves. Boom. February's Heart Month. Boom, boom. Everybody, thanks. Thanks for coming out.